Hey Mel,
Hi,
I
Connie.
I just hit the live button, so we're live now.
Okay.
Hi everybody, welcome to Live with Connie. Today my guest star is Mel with Mel's Crochet and More,
Hi,
and
everyone.
in about 5 to 10 minutes, I'll let her tell y'all more about herself and her channel. And I want to welcome everyone that is watching on replay. And if you are watching on replay, let me know in the comments. And also feel free to answer any questions that we ask on today's live. And let's see, we have Julie, Angela, and Kelly here. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? So, how are you doing today, Mel?
I'm doing okay. And you?
I'm doing good. I'm sleepy though. I was like, oh, I feel so sleepy. I could take me a nap. And I'm like, no, can't do it. I'm going live. Let's see. Frenchie's here too. Hi, Frenchie. How are you today? And what are you currently working on? But yeah, today's been kind of a slow day. Did a little bit of knitting and stuff around the house and caught up on emails and all.
Okay. Hi, Kelly.
Let's see. Frenchie says she has Sprite in my can, hexagon cardigan on my hook. Ooh, nice. And Julie's working on a cup of coffee in a test pattern.
Awesome.
Who are you testing for, Julie? And let's see, Deborah's here. Hi, Deborah. How are you doing today? Uh-oh. Mel disappeared on me. Hopefully she'll be coming back. Let's We'll see what happens. Okay, here she is. Hey, you're back.
The internet like a drop. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sometimes there's technical difficulties with
Yeah.
live streaming. And let's see. And Angela says she's still working on her stitch marker holder and she's drinking water. Yep, that's what I have, water. And let's see. Oh, and Amanda's here too. How are you doing today?
Hi, Amanda.
And Deborah says she just finished up on her midwife butterfly blanket. Nice. You know what TV show I've started getting into watching lately? Desperate Housewives. Like all the years that that show
Oh.
was like really popular, I never watched it. And I was like, I never watched this. Let me watch it. So that's my new binge. Let's
Okay. I had watched it a couple times before.
let's see. Jody and Angela's here. How are y'all doing today? And what are y'all currently working on? So let's see. Angela said, I mean, not Angela, Amanda says, I'm about 12 inches away from being done with a 6 foot scarf. Oh, awesome.
Yeah. That's cool.
I know it's like you get so excited when you're really close to finishing a
I
project
know, right?
or when you
Especially if it's a big project.
or when you get it finished.
Yeah.
Because I finally finished my cable and lace shawl that I've been knitting. My yarn came in yesterday, so I got it
Mhm.
finished up. But I still need to block it.
Okay.
Yeah, the edging on it curls bad. It really
When
needs
I was
block.
doing this blanket here, I was so excited when I reached the end because I feel as though it was a never ending journey.
That's how I felt on my ocean blanket. It felt like it would never end.
I know, right?
Kelly said she used to like Desperate Housewives too. Yeah.
Mm,
And let's see, Angela's making a bath towel.
cool. I don't. I know I never tried one of that.
Yeah, I haven't done that
Is there a
either.
specific yarn you have to use to make the bath towels?
What was that?
Is there a specific yarn that you have to use to make the bath towels?
See, I would presume probably cotton.
Cotton.
That's what I would think. But I've never made them, bath towels. So I
Neither.
don't know for sure. So, Mel, you want to go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and about your channel and anything else you want to mention?
Well, my name is actually Melissa. I go by Mel on my channel. My channel is really basically about crocheting and like my family, my animals. I put in those. That is what the more is for the end of the channel. It's for the other and the other videos that I would actually post, other than crochet related. I live in Trinidad. It is in the Caribbean. Um, I I have 6 children. I guess almost everybody know that. 3 girls, 3 boys. Uh, Guess that's about it. That's basically about it. Not much really.
Do you have any projects that you recently finished, Mel?
Yes, I was working on one of Bagode's top. I had finished 2 of her tops recently, and I'm currently working right now on one that I'm designing for myself. This will be the first one that I'm designing for myself, not using anyone's pattern.
Awesome. And let's see, Deneen is here. Hi, Deneen. How are you doing today? Yeah, Angela says she used cotton making the towel.
Oh, well, make sure to let me know how it come out. I'm excited to know.
And Amanda's saying that she just got an order in from Joann's. Ooh.
Awesome. I envy how much beautiful yarns you all have across there because in our country we don't have that much variety. And to order and get it shipped to my country is really high. The cost is a lot. It
I've
costs
heard.
you like way more than the amount the yarn actually costs to ship here. We
I've
have
heard.
like just basic acrylic and wool. That's just the two basic ones we have here.
Yeah, I've heard that with certain countries that they don't
Yeah.
have a big variety of yarn, and the shipping
No.
and the shipping is really expensive.
It is.
Okay, and Angela wants to know how long you've been crocheting, Mel.
Oh well, I have been crocheting since I was 8 years. It will be around 26 or 27 years so far since I've been doing it. I s- I saw my second year teacher doing it at the time when I was 8 years old, and I was eager to learn. I was curious, so I asked her to show me, how to do it. She showed me the basic stitches, and when I went home, I told my mom how excited I was to learn it, and I'm thankful that she brought all the stuff I needed for me to learn to do it, all the books and whatnot. And I just get hooked on it since then. It's addictive.
Yeah, yarn crafts are very addicting.
Yes, very. I want to learn knitting, but it is really tough to learn the knitting. I find it's a bit difficult.
And let's see. Amanda says that she thought you sounded like you were from Trinidad, that you have a beautiful accent.
Thank you.
And she says that, she worked at call centers for over 10 years
Oh,
and she's fairly
okay.
good with accents. And Angela says, I just got the new yarn. Everyone talks about the Ogo yarn. She thinks she's saying it right.
Yes,
I'm,
that's
not,
right.
I'm trying to think
It's
of which
it's
yarn that is.
That's the one that they recently brought out with. I think it is like in a circular.
I think I know which one you're talking
It kind
about.
of big. It's like they try to separate the colors of the like you see not the mandala, the cakes.
A
I
big
can't give you
line
a proper
drawing.
explanation, but they try to separate the different colors instead of it being in a ball. So yeah, you can check it up. You will see how it look. Most people find that it look a bit too big and bulky. It can't fit properly in their stash when they storing it and all of that.
And let's see. Amanda saying, I saw that Michael's had that yesterday. And and Angela wants to know what are some of our favorite things to crochet. So I'll let you answer first. No.
Well, I like crocheting anything that is for babies, any stuff that is baby related, like the baby dresses, booties, hats. But since I started doing the blankets, I have a new addiction to making the blankets.
For me, my favorite thing is shawls, and then my next thing would be hats. And like I really love like holiday hats and like the
Hmm.
cutesy type hats. Like the funny thing is I tend to like a lot of the kids' hats. And that was one thing that one one reason why I really wanted to learn how to crochet because I would be looking for hat patterns and knitting,
Hmm.
and you couldn't find as many patterns for the cutesy items. And normally I would find something and it was only in children's sizes. And I'm like, oh, why don't they have the adult size? But then with crochet, I mean, I was finding all these patterns that were crochet for things that, I was like, oh, I want to make that. I want to make that. And of course, they had the adult size patterns. And that's one thing I do prefer with crochet that usually when you find like, hat patterns, they have all the sizes, not just
Yes,
one
yes.
size. Granted, now when I design, I usually, I've just done adult size hats. And let's see. Chris is here. Hi, Chris. How are you doing today?
Hi, Chris.
And Denise says she's working on dishcloths. Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, so do you want to ask the first question, Mel?
Okay. What was your first car?
Okay, when you ask the questions, you'll answer first and then I'll answer. And when I ask, I'll answer first and you'll answer.
Okay, no problem. My first car was a Mazda 626. That my husband, we had that was our first car we brought. I was in love with the car. I didn't want to sell it at the time, but we had a little. It had a lot of things that needed to get fixed and whatnot, so we decided to sell it. And now I have a Lancer, Mitsubishi Lancer. I do love my car now. I'm hoping to get my license soon so I can drive it.
For me, it was a 1987 Chevy Cavalier, and this
Mhm.
car loved to break down. Within 3 months, it would break down on me. And the one good aspect when it broke down, it wasn't expensive repairs. It was usually like 150 or under.
Mhm.
But I mean, I was doing good if it didn't break down in 3 months.
Yeah. But you see what happens? His job is he uses the car to work taxi. So it we couldn't keep it knowing that it needed so much of different things fixing. So it's better we had brought a new one, and sell that one. But that was our first car.
And let's see, Carol's here. Hi, Carol. How are you today? And what are you currently working on? And Angela says, my first car was a Honda. Forgot the year and model. Yeah, now Hondas, yeah, are you from what I hear are really good cores. Like they last like
Yeah, they
forever.
are.
Carol says her first core was a 1979 Chevrolet Impala station wagon in mint green, laughing out loud. You know, I used to always joke around that like my first core was going to be orange.
My dad actually had an orange car. He had a Scott.
And Deborah says a Ford Mustang. Ooh.
Nice.
And Kelly says my first core was a used 65 Mercury Comet, beautiful core, and it only cost me $200. Yeah,
Wow.
my first core was like 10 years old whenever I got it. And Kay says she's lurking at work. Her first core was a 1990 Chevy Lumina.
Hi,
Nice.
Key.
So how are you doing today, Caitlin? And what are you currently working on? Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I need to mention to everybody. Carol says that she's working on a corner to corner pocket shawl. Ooh, nice. And I love pocket shawls. Those pocket shawls are
I've
really
never
good.
made I have never made any of those. I did a corner to corner blanket, but I never did any like the pocket shawls and all those. I still have to work well, make like those and things.
I've done one knitted pocket shawl which had cables on it, and then I've done one for crochet.
Okay. I have a lot of things I actually want to make that I have
Me
in
too.
mind. But it's the time it's to find the time to do it because no, you know, with these children here and then I have so much things around the house to do, it is hard to find the time. Most times I stay up at night and do the crocheting because that's the only time, quiet time then that I have. So I get like less sleep because I use my sleep time to actually do that. During the day it's busy because with school I have to be there with them while they do online classes and all of that. So the, yeah, I just say I need more time in the day.
Hmm. It's like I have more patterns bookwork than I will ever get to make.
Am I right?
Let's see, Mark's here. Hi, Mark. How are you doing today? And
Hi, Mark.
what are you currently working on, Mark? And Caitlin says she has a blanket on her hook at home. Ooh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, I have a lot of blankets that I'm fixing to be doing because most of y'all probably know already. I started working on that blanket that I'm going to design the pattern for. Then I also started on my peppermint blanket. Then after that, I'll probably start on my first graph gan. And then I was thinking about too. I know I was wanting to do the blanket like the one that you see on Roseanne, the granny square on the sofa.
Mm-hmm. The graph gun that you mentioned, I want that is something that I want to do. I love how those look, but I'm not sure how to get started. I had tried like drawing it out myself, like making the graph myself, and I did a top with some writings on it. But I do want to learn how to do the graph guns. I find it look really nice. So
Typically, like I find the best place to find patterns for graph gans is on Etsy.
mhm,
And now some I think show how to do like the whole blanket, but others I
mhm.
think it's just a graph. Like the one I purchased, it's just a graph. So I'm gonna have to kind of figure out exactly like how I gotta do for the blanket. So I'm probably gonna be asking questions in my crochet groups that I'm in.
I probably might put that on my list for next year. Yeah, to do one.
Because I'm gonna have to figure out like how to get it like centered, for my chain. Make sure I have the right chain,
Mm-hmm.
and then too, because like I want to do corner to corner, and I'm kind of like, okay, I gotta figure out exactly how that's gonna work because
Mm-hmm.
I've only done corner to corner once, and it was for a scarf. But like with a graph, I'm kind of like, I don't know how, I don't quite know exactly how that works, but I'll figure it out.
It sounds a little bit more difficult than a normal graph gun, the corner to corner one.
These are funny things. I have no clue what I'm doing. I just like dive into a project, and whenever if I can't figure it out, I'm like going to others like help, help, and like I'll keep on until I figure it out. Okay, Angela wants to know if we have a favorite crochet hook. What's your favorite?
Um, I would say the 5 millimeter crochet hook because I use that the most. I do love working with the thinner yarn, the smaller thread, to do doilies and all of that. That is what I started off with. So maybe like a 1.25 millimeter, but I think my favorite is the 5 millimeter.
See, my favorite size is the 5 millimeter. Um, Now for brand, now I haven't tried like all these, all the really good brands and all that. Like the set I have, I got off of Amazon. But I did win a crochet hook in Cindy Moulter's giveaway, and I think the brand was like Knitters Pro or something like that. It had knitters in the title of it, and I love that hook. It's like it's smooth how it crochets.
Yeah. Well,
So that's
I don't look for the brands either because we just have like the steel ones like these, just like these here, and then the plastic ones. So we don't have like a big variety unless I was to order it from Amazon. And then, as I said, the shipment is way too high to my country.
see, I like the ones with the I can't think of what you call the grip. What I can't think of what you call it. But the ones that are supposed to be better, like for people with arthritis in their hands,
The fatter ones.
it's the ones that they have like the rubber type grip on it, where it's not just like the metal
Okay.
hook. I can't think of what you call it. It'll come to me later, or someone will say it probably say what it is in the chat. But
I like, have you seen Veronica hooks? Her hooks are beautiful. I
mm,
love her hooks.
I love the polymer clay hook. That's another one. Crystal with the Yorny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady had made me a hook,
Mm,
and that's one of my favorite hooks too.
yeah, they're nice.
But like, but I know everyone says that Clover is I think supposed to be one of the best brands,
I
which
hear so. And they have
I
the I think the furs hook now. Everybody been talking about the furs. I hope I'm saying it right. The furs, FURLS.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I know like I hear so many people, say how Clover is really good, but I haven't
Mhm.
tried them yet. I hope one day I can. But I'm also curious about the furls too.
Yeah.
Oh no, Amanda says her AC had frozen up. Oh, and let's see. Angela wants to know what was the hardest crochet stitch that you came across.
My hardest crochet stitch, I would say, is the crocodile stitch. I'm still trying to get the hang of that. I think it, yeah. That is actually the hardest one right now. I'm trying to get the hang of it because I'm not too familiar with the stitch.
For me, I would, well, it, it really isn't per se a stitch. It's more like a technique that I'm about to mention. But learning how to do the peppermints in the peppermint blanket I'm working on,
Mhm.
because it's like you go on, like you're all over the place with what you have to do, and like you're working with two colors, and like at one point you have to have like the yarn in the front or it won't do right. Like the color you're not using, you gotta lay it
Mhm.
at the front, and I don't know, you're working like all over on it. And I like it took me quite a while this past, when I was working on it a few days ago. It took me a
Mhm.
while to figure out how to do. But I mean, as far as an actual stitch, um, I don't know. I mean, I know, like, I know, like, when I learned corner to corner, I kind of got tripped up a little bit on it because, like, especially when you first start, you got like this little like wobbly piece that kind of like twists, and
Mhm.
you're kind of like, okay, how does this go? Which, so it took a little while to figure that out, and then the tutorial I was doing, I kept going like how they were doing, and then they told you basically to start your decreases, and
Mhm.
so I started decreasing, and like, where I basically finish it off. And I'm like, so how do I connect to make it longer? I'm like, because I'm making a scarf, and so I asked a friend, and she's like, you started decreasing too soon. She's like, you got to keep going, and then when you get close to where you want to end, then you start decreasing. It's like, oh, okay. And then I got it from there. Um, so probably, but I mean, it wasn't like I had like a really hard time learning it. But I mean, I guess that's one that took me longer to get. But then I'm still learning, so there's a lot of stitches I haven't done yet, and I'm about to learn a bunch of new
Me too.
stitches with the
There's
blanket
a
that
lot.
I'm doing.
There's a
So
lot that
what?
I want to learn too.
So once I get into doing all those stitches, I may find that I struggle learning some of those stitches. But like I haven't done a lot of different stitches yet.
Me neither. I think in the world of crochet, there's always so much to learn. There's always
Mhm.
something new to learn.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Ergonomic. That was the type of hook I was referring to.
Okay.
Let's see. Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. How are you today? And she just finished mowing her grass today. Kelly says she
Awesome.
prefers Susan Bates Silverloom hooks. Yeah, I know some people say they like Susan Bates. And let's see. Marcus is here. Hi, Marcus. How are you today?
That's my son. Hi, Marcus.
Hello, Nelson. I was like, yeah, isn't that the second one with didn't you have probably one of your children pop up before? Because I think
Yeah.
someone else had the
When
same
I did
last
the
name.
when I did the introduction video, he was in it. I had him in it, and the other video was with my bigger son.
And let's see. Wendy says she just finished up her chores, had 4 inches of rain here. Ooh, that's too much rain.
We had a lot of rain here for the past couple days.
Let's see. Carol says Crystal from Day has a great crocodile stitch tutorial. I'm gonna have to look
Yes,
at that stitch.
yes, I have to look at that one too.
Yeah, because that sounds like that would be an interesting stitch. And I don't know,
It
maybe
is.
I might ought to check out some of her stitch tutorials to see if there's any that I might want to use on my blanket. Because I have
Mm-hmm.
like different ones that I've booked more, but like some may not work with my blanket based on the chain count.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, Justin's here. Hi, Justin. How are you doing today?
Hi, Justin.
And let's see. Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. How are you today? And Lisa's saying she's a little wiped out. Oh, it was around 90 degrees when I was mowing. Oh, yeah, that's too hot. Now I'm crocheting on throw blankets. Ooh. Yeah, whenever I finally get done with doing all my blankets, I probably will be like, okay, I've had enough of blankets. It's time to do some other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the next question. Let's see. What is the last stitch or technique you learned how to do? Um, let's see. Knitting. I don't think I've really. Probably the last stitch I learned in knitting was probably the drop stitch. Now with crochet, I recently learned how to do. It's some type of like crisscross type stitch, but I don't know. I don't even know if the stitch actually has a name. But it's basically where the first and last stitch on your row is a half double crochet. So like after you do the first stitch, then it's skip a stitch, single crochet, go back to the skip stitch and do a double crochet in it. And then you skip a stitch, single crochet, go back to the skip stitch, double crochet, and you just keep doing like that until you get to the last stitch and you do another half double crochet.
Okay.
So,
For me, the stitch that I recently learned is a stitch from Day. Also, it was from on a top that I was making. I think it's called the posy flower stitch. Yeah, that's the last stitch that I learned. It came out really nice. It's like it's similar to like a four leaf clover.
ooh, nice. Yeah. And before that, it would have been the waffle stitch.
Yeah, I like the waffle stitch, but even if I know how to do it, somehow I just get tied up somewhere down the line. So I haven't got the hang of it, good as yet.
And Deborah says Crystal and Bago Day makes all kinds of hat. You might find one on there you like. And actually,
Yeah,
I think it's the Dutch boy hat. I think that's the style. But I know there's one hat that I really like of hers that one of these days I want to make.
she
I
has a
think
lot. I'm actually working on one from her right now. This one. I can't remember the number of the tutorial.
no, it's
This was one that she did for Hack No Hate. Yeah.
oh, and her son hat. That's another one I really love. That one that she designed not that long ago. And let's see. Kelly says I just learned the tulip stitch from Bailey on her live.
That sounds interesting.
And Carol says I just learned how to do the Jacob's ladder stitch. Nice.
So many stitches.
Yeah. And like with one stitch that I still need to learn how to do that I just haven't gotten around to, the virus stitch. Because I want to make a virus shawl eventually. It's just I haven't gotten to it yet. Let's see. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other stitches that I know I want to learn.
I had seen a book I came across on Amazon. I think it have over 500 stitches. Yeah, I definitely want to get that book because it has so much stitches.
One of these days, I need to get a book too,
Hmm.
or find like a really good like site or something, or a channel that like really does like a bunch of stitches.
Hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of channels do stitches, stitch tutorials, but one that like would have like 500 type tutorials of
Yeah.
different stitches. Let's see. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Mel?
Um, what is your favorite movie song? For me, I'm a 80s baby, so I had always liked Flintstone and I still love their song.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Which question you had asked again? I'm sorry.
What is your favorite movie song?
Okay. Yeah.
Soundtrack.
For me, I would go with Grease soundtrack or Dirty Dancing. It's another soundtrack that I really like.
Okay. I don't have I'm not into a lot of movies, so
Now, well, it was more just a song that was really popular from a movie, Footloose. That was a good one. Um, what are some other good ones?
um I had liked The Bodyguard. Yeah, The Bodyguard was nice and Titanic. Well, everybody loves Titanic.
I can't think of any other songs offhand. Let's see. Kelly saying, Creative Grandma has Stitch of the Week she's been doing for a long time. I can find a tutorial in there for about any stitch. She has so many. I'm going to have
Cool.
to look at her stitch tutorials more. Lisa says Footloose. Yeah. Footloose is a good one. Why is my mind going blank? Like I said, I love like especially Grease and Dirty Dancing. You always go back to who you're gonna call Ghostbusters. Or y'all remember the movie Goonies? And like Cyndi Lauper did like the theme song for it. Let's see, Kelly saying Transformers. Kelly saying The Craft. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other good theme songs. I can't think of any. Lisa says Eddie and the Cruiser soundtrack. Oh, La Bamba. Remember La Bamba? That was one. Chris says The Labyrinth, Lost Boys. Oh, Eye of the Tiger for Rocky. That was a good one. Kelly says The Rose. Chris says Sound of Music. And then Wind Beneath My Wing. That was a good one by Bette Midler. And that movie she was in, which I can't remember the name of that movie. No, I don't think it was The Rose. It was the one where She was a little girl with another little girl that were good friends, and then they like grew up. Frank saying Heather's. No, but Heather's was a good movie. Kelly saying Grease. That's a good movie. The Beach. That's it. Yeah, The Beach. Well, actually, it's Beaches. Yeah, Beaches. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you doing today? She's saying Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, Beaches. I liked a lot of the music from that movie. Carol says the song 500 Miles from the soundtrack Benny and June. Yeah, that. Oh, that's an old one. 9 to 5, Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
gotta
know.
love the Dolly.
Of course. She's just a dolly.
Jolene, that I love that song by Dolly. And she even done that one. You know that how that song Whitney Houston did that was real popular. And now I can.
Um, I will always love you.
Yeah,
She had sang that in Bodyguard.
yeah. I was about to say the movie that you had mentioned a little while ago, but yeah, I think Dolly Parton actually did that song first.
Yes, I believe so. And then she did it after.
Let's see, Isla is here. Hi, Isla. How are you doing today?
Hi, Isola.
And Lisa says, I'm getting tongue tied.
Sarge.
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. It's like some words will trip me up for some reason.
It happens to me too, so.
Yeah, Frenchie says Dolly Parton wrote the song. Yeah. And did y'all watch that little movie that was kind of about like Dolly Parton's life? Like I think it was called like The Coat of Many Colors. But it was about her life growing up.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, they played it like a few years back. It was like a little holiday movie. Ooh, Purple Rain, yes. Yeah, that was an awesome song by Prince. Okay, so let's see. You asked the last question, so let me ask the next one. Let's see. I'm trying to find my place. What is your favorite cereal? Well, my favorite cereal would be Graham Graham cereal. Yeah, Golden Rams. That's it. um, but like if I'm trying to eat like more healthier type cereal, I like the Kashi cereal, like the peanut butter flavored or the chocolate flavored one. Those are really good. So how about you, Mel?
Um, well, I'm actually allergic to cereal.
Oh,
I I could only have like the wheat brand, the brand ones, because the corn in the actual cereal normally gives me allergic reaction. Ever since I was small, I can't have
oh,
anything with corn in it. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Like at one point, my allergist wanted me to avoid certain foods. Yeah, because he said they were popular allergies among people, and one of them was corn, and like there weren't many cereals
Hmm.
that don't have corn in it.
Yeah. Even like the corn curls, the cheese balls, all those things, I can't have it because it I'm allergic to it.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, Kelly's saying yes, coat of many colors, and Dolly has a song with that title too. And Kelly's saying coal miner's daughter. Yeah, that was another one. Isla likes Lucky Charms. They're
Yeah,
magically
that's a
delicious.
nice one.
Lisa says, Apple Jacks, you can snack on them. And let's see, Laura Lee's here. Hi, Laura Lee. Laura Lee, I want to let you know. I emailed you the rough draft of the crochet version of the alien beanie for you to test. And I sent us another email today where I had a couple of revisions to it, and I resent the whole pattern. But I wanted to let you know that I did send the pattern off to you.
I'm excited for the crochet version.
Yeah, one of my testers finished it.
Awesome.
Spring the fiber enthusiast. She finished testing hers, and she actually did a little video showing it.
Seriously, I'll have to go and look at it.
So yeah, once it's finished being tested, then I'll make the edits it needs and put it up in my Ravelry store and do it. And then I'll do a video with a giveaway in it for the pattern.
Nice.
Let's see. Kelly says fruity pebbles. Laura Lee says still cut oats. Now, one thing I like doing is the overnight oats. Those are good.
My kids like tricks and the regular cornflakes. The one with the sugar coating, yeah.
And
Yes,
Kelly,
first.
I'm trying to call Caitlin Kelly. Caitlin says frosted mini wheats.
Yeah, those are nice. I can actually eat those.
And Carol says, "How do I live?" from the movie Con Air. Yeah, that's a good song. You know what song too that I like from a soundtrack? That I don't know. Y'all may not be as into like this song as much. It's from Britney Spears from that movie that she was in. I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. I love that song. Okay, you saw the emails. Okay, good. Jody says Captain Crunch. Wendy says Raisin Bran.
Yeah,
Julie
I can
says
eat that one too.
Julie says I'm looking forward to the crochet version of the alien beanie. When I work on my skills for knitting, I want to do the knitted version. And let's see. Kelly says peanut butter Captain Crunch. And Marcus says Fruitos.
Fructose.
Julie says I used to love chocolate malto meal. Laura Lee says my printer is out of ink. I have a hard time crocheting it off the computer. I keep losing my place and having to frog. And she thinks Mel is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's funny. Like I'm always out of ink for my printer because like I've been out of ink for a long time. But like I've gotten to the point where I'll put like the pattern like on my phone or my Kindle Fire, and I just read it from there whenever I do patterns. And Kelly says bran flakes are good too.
Yes,
And
can help.
and Lisa is here. Hi Lisa, how are you
So,
doing today? Okay. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Mel?
let's see. What type of yarn are you using for your current project? Well, for me, we don't have a variety as I was explaining before, so I am actually using wool for my current project.
For me, my temperature blanket that I'm doing, it's a combination of Big Twist yarn and Karen 1 pound. Um, let's see. My two blankets I'm working on are Big Twist yarn. I like Big Twist yarn. And then the shawl that I'm knitting is Yarn Bee. The colors Power Surge. Now the shawl that I just finished yesterday, that was Mary Maxim Prism yarn.
Nice.
Yeah, I love the Prism yarns. They are gorgeous. And let's see. Oh, Marcus is saying for cereal, morning O's. He likes the O's.
That's Sunshine brand. We have Sunshine brand here. So they carry morning oats, fruitos, um, frosted flakes. I think nutty flakes. Yeah, like those. There's a big difference between the countries. So
Denise says she has a kid in university, so she can't run out of ink. Like, and for a while there, like, I mean, I bought so much ink because I was making a bunch of address labels, but I get tired of, like, I can't keep up with ink, so I'll go without. Lisa says life cereal. Laura Lee, oops, okay, wait, oops, I'm going out. That's probably why I was acting up. There, I was clicking on the comment, and it didn't want to come up.
um,
Laura, Laura Lee says I have a bunch of my Kindle and have the same problem. I think it's just me and my eyes. Yeah, I know at first it took me a little while to get used to doing it from a screen.
mhm.
And like one thing I'll kind of do too, like whenever I finish a row, like I'll scroll up. So like basically the first row I'm seeing is the row I'm on. And Elizabeth says scrap yarn, purple and blue shades. Ooh. Julie says I am using Mega Ball from Hobie. Oh, I hear the word Hobie and I just wanna, you know, Hobie has such beautiful yarn.
Yes, they do. I have seen some of Bagody's Hawaiian reviews. They have some really nice yarn.
And I have never used Hobie yarn. And I'm just like, oh. But like when I see it, it's just like, I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous. Isla says, I have to be into cotton. Hipster was on clearance at Michael's. Kelly says, I'm using the just yarn from the Dollar Tree. Oh, yeah, I wish my Dollar Tree had yarn. Maybe eventually I'll get yarn. Lisa says, Crafter's Secret and Walmart's mainstay. Caitlin says her blanket is an acrylic yarn. Laura Lee says, I'm using wool and a silk blend for the Simpson Turnpike shawl. Awesome. So is anyone else doing the Simpson Turnpike shawl? And Nancy's here. Hi, Nancy. How are you doing today? And what are
Hi,
you
Nancy.
currently and what are you currently working on? Chris says Honey Nut Cheerios for the cereal question. And Nancy says she's charging her phone and watching on TV. And Wendy's about to start her granddaughter a lap blanket with loopy yarn. Lorelei said that the words tend to bounce around as she loses her place. Yeah, I mean sometimes you do kind of lose your place, but like I said, like I've done it for a while, so I'm used to doing it that way now. Lorelai's wanting to know where you're from, Mel.
Oh, I'm from Trinidad. It's in the Caribbean.
And Denise says I'm working on dishcloths for my craft sale, so cotton. And okay, Jody has to leave. I hope you have a good night, Jody.
Good night.
And Nancy says she's making a teddy bear up to the arms. Ooh, nice. And it's a bag a day teddy. It's bigger
Yes,
than
I
she
have.
expected, and it's her second attempt at amigurumi.
Well, I'm not good at amigurumi either. I just try, but somehow I find like when I'm doing the body will come out nice, but when I'm doing the like to put on the eyes, the nose, the mouth, somehow the face don't look as I want it to look. It always comes out to me. I find it comes out scary. I making the body and all of that is not hard, but like to get it to look like the actual teddy or whatever amigurumi it is, I just can't get it.
I haven't actually done amigurumi yet.
Really?
No.
And I had the both of them that I made. I made a teddy and I think a bunny, and my daughter took all the eyes out of him.
Now when I do amigurumi, I want to make a little alien.
That would be nice.
I'll make it my channel mascot. Put it on the shelves in the background. And Chris says Simpson Turnpike cowl of the Ashton shawl soon, hopefully. Ooh, nice, Chris. And Laura Lee says, I just ordered the Pokemon pattern book. My grandson wants all of them. He's going to keep you busy.
Of course.
Nancy says, I use yarn to make the eyes, nose, and mouth. It looks okay, not terrible. Yeah, and really, that's one thing I find. Like, faces are harder to do. Because,
Yes, it is.
I do I've made a lot of beanies with faces. And, like, I don't know, I never find mine come out, like, perfect. Like, I see flaws in it. But it comes out good enough that I don't think people are looking at it where they're like, oh, that's not perfect. But yeah, you know, but I figure the more I do faces, you'll just keep getting better at it as time goes on.
Hmm.
And Chris says you can knit your alien beanie to wear. That would be funny. Make a little alien beanie hat from a little amigurumi alien.
That look nice.
Laura Lee said, I tried making Pooh Bear and it does not look like Pooh no matter what I do.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And I have a pattern that I had found for Eeyore. One day I'll finally make that. Like I said, I have so many patterns on my to-do list. Carol says I'm using Dollar Tree just yarn tweed. Nice. Let's see. I think it's my turn to ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your favorite type of yarn? Um, for me, I love cake yarn. Like Lion Brand would probably be the brand that I tend to like. A good amount of their types of yarn. Um, but cakes, pretty much any type of cake. I love the pretty color combination. And then you throw in sparkles on yarn. I love me some sparkles. Well, and
Yes,
Christmas
I am beautiful.
Christmas yarn. And how about you, Mel?
Well, we don't have much of a variety, as I told you, it's just acrylic and wool. But if I was to choose from what I see, I would actually go with the Lion Brand yarn also because I find they have some nice yarns.
Yeah. Now, I love well, I haven't actually used the yarn yet, but like ice yarn, the what do you call it? Picasso. Those are beautiful. I like
Asians have some nice. They have some nice yarn.
I like the glossy look, the shine to them, and like I'd love to get the sparkly yarn from Ice.
Yes,
Um,
I had seen someone on Amazon. They look really nice. They make like a nice top or something that is wearable.
and anytime I look on Yarn Nut for the sparkly yarn, I think it's called the Magic Glitz. They're always out of order. So hopefully she gets some more of those. And let's see. Laura Lee says, I have the pattern book for all the poo animals. I've probably had it for 20 years. It is quite complicated. Yeah, I can
Wow.
imagine that. Deneen loves Mandela Tweed by Lion Brand. Elizabeth says, budget wise, my favorite yarn is whatever I can get my hands on. But yeah, like yarns I would love to try Hobie, the Magic Glitz from Ice. Julie says, for me, it depends on the project I am doing. I have go to yarns for certain projects. I use a lot of acrylic though. Yeah, and like I like having all like all the different colors for the acrylic yarns because I do so many projects that I need solid color yarns for. Which I love the big twist. And let's see, Nisi's here. Hi, Nisi. How are you doing today? Oh, one that I forgot to mention that I love. Um, the premiere. Oh, what do you call it? Sweet roll. That's it. I couldn't think of it. The premiere sweet rolls. I love those. Laura Lee says, I love the premier anti-piling yarns and their basics yarns. Nancy says, I love yarn I get on clearance. I have so much Christmas yarn, camo yarn. I paid 79 cents each for the Lord's Red Heart. I can't really
Oh
choose my
wow.
price. Yeah, I remember whenever everyone was talking about that sale at Walmart. Wendy says, my favorite right now is alpaca wool blend. Oh, and Angie's here. Hi, Angie. How are you doing today?
Hi Angie.
Okay. And Carol says, I made a mog voin for my daughter-in-law. I'm probably saying that wrong. Okay, Julie, you want to be a moderator? Okay, I'm going to add you after. And really, I don't think any of my moderators are here tonight.
Well, me, but not in the chat.
You can't moderate up here. I don't think any of them are here. Actually, you know what, Julie? I'm going to try to add you real quick since I don't think I have any moderators. So just give me just a minute. I'm trying to find your channel. Okay, I'll be back just a second.
Sure.
Okay, there. At first, I wasn't pulling her up, but it did. It just took a little longer. Okay. You should be a moderator now, Julie. Yay! And Julie, if you don't mind, could you drop Mel's link in the chat?
Thank you.
That way everyone can go check out Mel's channel and hopefully throw some yarn in her window.
I would appreciate that.
Okay. Okay. So I asked the last question, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay. You want to go ahead and ask the next question?
Sure. What project do you plan to make next? Let's see. I do want to try making the graph gun, as I tell you before, but I think my next project will be another blanket because that's my new addiction. So after I finish my current top that I'm making, I would work on another blanket.
Awesome. Kelly, I hope you have a good night. For me, crochet wise, after I finish the two blankets that I just started, my next project will probably be a graph gan, but that's going to be a ways away. um, then for knitting, I'm really not sure yet because I've been on a shawl kick, but I may try to see if I can either design or find. Well, I kind of did search for some new like Halloween beanies, and I didn't. I don't think I really found many that I haven't done yet for knitting. But I'm thinking about trying to design like a Halloween beanie.
Mm,
I
that'd be
just don't know.
nice.
I just don't know what I'm gonna do, like what type of graphic or
Hmm.
it's gonna be color work. I love color work.
Something scary.
I don't know. I kind of was thinking maybe pumpkins, um,
Yeah.
maybe ghosts.
I was thinking of ghosts, but then I say you probably might say that's too scary. So the pumpkin was my next thing I had in mind.
But I'll have to kind of play around to see.
Hmm.
And let's see. Okay, okay, yeah, Chris is one of my moderators.
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay, so I did have a moderator here. Okay. Nancy says, I've been doing bot alone projects. No clue when I finish this. I will look for something else. I do one thing at a time usually. I just finished a bod poncho the other day. Yeah, I finished my bod poncho basically just in the nick of time for the bod challenge.
Oh, yes, I do want to enter that challenge. So I'm trying to work on some of hot stuff so that I can send it to Daniel from the Popeye guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the video, the first video that they did the entries. They had a lot of beautiful projects.
Yes, that is.
And Isla says, my son wants a snake oil brace cover, but I want to make me a crochet necklace with the clay beads I made. Yes, here is Mel's channel. So
Thank
like
you,
I said,
Julie.
go check her out. And Elizabeth says, I do amigurumi and blankets. I always have something going. My favorite designer is working on a cat nativity set. I see that in my future. Oh, that would be cool.
That's nice.
I like the little cat couches. Those are awesome. Okay, I knew someone was saying that they thought it ended the end of the month. But like I started seeing like the videos and all lately, so I kind of figured that it was, it may have ended already, but I wasn't sure.
No,
So,
they said we had until the end of this month, yeah.
and she says, Nancy says, you can do smaller things, each is an entry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something just fell. I don't know. Frank just went outside, so he probably knocked something on his way outside, and it like fell whenever, like after he went outside. Isla says I snuck out and joined and saw the video of the top pretty.
Thank you.
Julie says, please tell me he's not a biscuit.
Oh
No, he went outside. He'll be back
gosh. Oh boy.
in like a minute or two. Julie's worried about the biscuit.
How did he come along? How did he came up with the name?
We were clowning around one day, and I think we started off like we were talking about nicknames or something, and
Mm-hmm.
then somehow we got on the subject of bread, and he was just like, "Call me the biscuit," and we both just started busting out laughing. And I thought it was cute. And I'm like, "That's your new nickname."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I, yeah, the biscuit is fine, but his leg does hurt today. He's been having a lot of trouble with his with the other leg that he hasn't had surgery on yet.
Oh
Um,
no.
and really, before he had surgery on his first
Mm-hmm.
leg was doing this to him, where like it hurts a lot and it was getting infected, and
Yeah, I checked out.
he has venous stasis in
Oh.
his legs, and he's waiting for them to operate on the second leg, which I know like it was supposed to be like later this year, but
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with it because now that everything with COVID is starting back
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
it's
It had
like,
set a lot of major setback with a lot of things.
so I don't know what's going to happen. He has an appointment with a cardiologist Monday, so he may find out more then.
I hope
So,
everything goes well for him.
but yeah, we're ready for for them to finally operate on the other leg. Isla says she has to go pay her man some attention. Mama wants to order a new loom. I hope you have a good night, Isla.
Good luck.
Carol says I'm waiting on my yarn to get here so I can store it on a loom cord again. Awesome. But yeah, that's how the biscuit got his nickname. But I think I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we say our goodbyes? I think Mel's freezing up. You have anything you
Uh,
want to say, Mel, before we say our goodbyes?
um, Not really. Thank you all so much for all the support and the love that you all have shown me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Connie, for having me here. I was really nervous for this live. I won't lie, I really was freaking out studying how it's gonna be because I've never had an interview before, a live interview. But I guess when we started, I got a little bit relaxed, so I was okay. So thanks everyone for all the support, all the love, and thank you for having me, Connie.
You're welcome, and I want to thank you for coming live with me. And I want to thank everyone for watching today's live. And let's see, tomorrow's my shout out Thursday video. I'm gonna have to. I don't think I have that many channels written down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some digging between now and the time I do my video. See if I can find some new channels. Or if y'all know of any, send me an email and let me know. But yeah, tomorrow's shout out Thursday, and let's see. I still need to pick the winner from a 700 subscriber giveaway. I'm gonna do that. Some I should have that done before the end of the week. I know I'm behind on doing that, but that will be coming up, and I think that's pretty much everything. Um, yeah, I think that's everything. So I hope everyone has a fabulous yawning night and a fabulous yawning tomorrow. And be the light and bye.
Bye, everyone.